matter how much time passes, he still has the qualities to make all the hearts go thump.
Yes, women swoon and men really look up to how charismatic the actor is. Let's find out what netizens think about Soo-jung on today's Celeb-O-meter. Crystal, do you like guys who are chatty or strong, silent kind of type?
I definitely like the strong, silent type of guy like Soo-jung. Well, did you guys know that he debuted in 1995, which means he's been in this industry for 22 years?
And he's an actor you can be really proud of. He represents Korea and he does a really good job doing that. And you know, he didn't enter the entertainment business because he wanted to be a big star.
Oh yeah, I remember reading about that. He first debuted after being discovered at a jean modeling contest, right?
That's right. He entered the jeans modeling contest because he wanted to meet a celebrity he really liked, not because he wanted to be a celebrity. And he ended up winning first place, and guess who won second? Seung-won.
Well, they were so young back then. It seems like fate let him enter this industry. And even though he started without plans of becoming a star, all of his productions became huge Hallyu hits.
It's actually pretty interesting how his productions went on to record very high sales by networks overseas that wanted to produce them as well. I have a list of some of these TV dramas. In the 2004 TV drama, I'm Sorry I Love You, Soo-jung started the cool, tough guy trend in Korea with his character. In K-9 Abel, he showed a lot of emotional depth in his acting and a man who is betrayed by his older brother. And in Master's Son, he played a tough, rough guy who was actually quite sweet and considerate in the inside. Females fans loved that. And in Oh My Venus, he was a fitness trainer who fans couldn't take their eyes off of.
Well, those were all great productions, and they're actually from a while back, but they left us with pretty memorable lines. For example, in I'm Sorry I Love You, there was a line he said, 밥 먹을래, 나랑 살래. 밥 먹을래, 나랑 죽을래. Like, want to eat or want to live with me? Want to eat or want to die with me? That scene is actually still being parodied these days.
Wow, that's from a while back, but I still remember those lines. 밥 먹을래?
I think you need a little more charisma, Jasper.
I'll try. I also remember him in Master's Son. Kong Yoo-jin's character saw ghosts, and the only time she couldn't see them or got away from them was when she touched Soo-jung's character. In order to protect Kong Yoo-jin, Soo-jung calls himself her shelter, her 방공호, which literally means air raid shelter. There's a scene where he takes her in his arms and goes, "Your shelter is here." What did you two think about that?
Well, it made me want to have a guy who would protect me like Soo-jung, but I also really liked him in his rom-com roles.
I completely agree with you. He played someone who pretended that he didn't really care, but he was actually totally in love with the leading lady of the TV drama Oh My Venus.
That's right. Many people were fans of that drama. Soo-jung looks amazing on the small screen, but soon he'll come back on a big screen too in the movie Battleship Island, right?
That's right, he's making his comeback on one of the most highly anticipated must-see movies of the year. It's temporarily titled Battleship Island. Let's check out some of the netizens' reactions to his comeback. One netizen simply stated, I think 2017 is going to be the year of Soo-jung. And here's a netizen who lived close to the set, I believe. The set was at Chuncheon, but I couldn't see a thing. I can't wait to watch this. Another fan wrote, thank you for being part of a movie about our history. But most messages were along these lines. Great acting, great visuals, great heart. Soo-jung, I won't miss this movie.
I can't wait for this movie either. Battleship Island was set in the 1930s, and it's a story about the 400 plus Korean laborers who were forced under the brutal treatment of the Japanese soldiers. But these laborers staged an escape from the island with the help from the Korean independence fighter. Soo-jung plays a prisoner on the island who used to speak the country's best pro fighter. And the trailer was actually released not too long ago, and it looks amazing.
And Soo-jung actually trained a lot for that part. Not only that, he actually studied the history of that period as well. And also, he lost a lot of weight too.
That is true dedication. Now, Soo-jung said that the filming for Battleship Island was extremely tough and actually quite dangerous, but he said that he was so thankful to take part in such a meaningful production. He didn't care about how big or small the role was. He was just honored to be in such a meaningful movie.
And he showed that side of him when he joined the cast in the 2015 movie The Throne too. And he made a special appearance just at the end of the film as the King Jeongjo. and he signed a no guarantee contract without hesitation.
Did you know that Soo-jung is not only an actor, he's active these days as a movie producer and investor as well.
I was actually very touched when I heard that. Soo-jung became an investor for projects that he thought to be of quality productions, for example, Woody Allen's Cafe Society and the movie Coming Home by director Jang Imo. Soo-jung has helped bring in 10 foreign films over the past 2 years. So these were films that aren't really commercial or mainstream, so they wouldn't have really opened in Korea without Soo-jung's investment.
And that's a gift too, realizing when a film is a quality production. He watches the films and he only invests in them if they have really touched him in some way. He thinks about it really deeply and he doesn't do it just on a whim.
I like the way he operates. In order to make a lot of money as an investor, he should invest in the movies with the big names on, but he rather invests money in art house films because it's not about the money for him, it's about the movie, how a movie can affect the people.
He's definitely an actor with a lot of dimensions, and now some lucky fans overseas will be able to meet him in person, right, Elaine?
That's right. This March, he'll be holding a fan meet and greet in Japan. And starting April 2nd, he's meeting fans in Taipei, Jakarta, and Hong Kong. And his big finale will be held in Seoul, April 29th. Soo-jung is known to share his rapping skills during these fan meet and greets. And I'm really curious if he'll rap this time too.
Now let's see what kind of messages we had from our Showbiz Korea fans.
Thank you everyone for your messages, but I'm so sorry we could only bring in a couple. Here's the first one. You're the first and only Korean man I fell in love with. Amazing actor, incredibly talented and handsome. I could really feel a lot of love and compliments in that one. And a bit of nudge towards the wedding bliss in our next message. It says, Soo-jung, you're an amazing actor. I love all of your drama and movies. You inspire me a lot, so keep going and we will always support you. And hope you get married soon.
Thank you for your messages. I'm sure our last fan isn't the only one who's wondering when Soo-jung will meet the love of his life.
Who wouldn't like a guy like Soo-jung? Plus, he's a very, very good friend, very genuine and considerate, so that's a guy you want in your corner.
That's right, and of course, best of luck to him in his new movie, Battleship Island.
Soo-jung is an actor and a creator, whether it's investing, acting, or even rapping. He does so many things so well because he loves what he does, and people respond to that really well. So keep sending him your love and support.
Thank you, Elaine. All right, that's it for today's Celeb-O-meter, but don't go anywhere because we got a lot more coming up on the show.